Hello everyone, my name is Camjack and welcome back to Space Engineers. It's a Monday, which means we're checking out another amazing creation from the Steam Workshop. With me today I have the perfect First Order TIE Fighter from the Star Wars universe, and as you might have guessed, this has been created by Perfect Blinky, the master of Star Wars creations on the Steam Workshop. Remember guys, if you'd like to check out more Star Wars creations by Perfect Blinky, there will be a link to his workshop down below, as well as this TIE Fighter in front of us here. But first, let me give you a tour of the actual starship in front of us. So we know the First Order TIE Fighter is out of the Star Wars universe, and it makes its first appearance in Episode 7 of The Force Awakens. Now, you're probably asking, Jack, what's it make so different from a normal TIE Fighter? Well, it's basically the First Order versions of it. It's been recreated, a lot more powerful than the actual Imperial version. Canon-wise, it actually has 2 seats instead of 1, however, we don't actually have it here. We only have 1 seat. Blinky, I'm gonna, tell you off for something. This is a really bad weakness here, having the seat, picking out here. Because if you look at this, so this is the main cockpit. I'll turn up a torch just so you can see inside it. So we'll start with the main cockpit. It might be easier, to be honest. But I noticed a bit of a tactical weakness here, that the seat kind of sticks out from there. So somebody targets there, that's going to be the end of a player very quickly, especially in a survival scenario. But then again, space in the ship is made like paper anyway, so you know, it's probably going to fall apart. What I will do is actually turn on the ship quickly, because I just noticed its lights aren't actually on. So if we turn on the starship, get in there. Are we on? We are on. Fantastic. And we live there, there we go. A few lights on there as well. Those coming on? They are lights, aren't they? How come they don't turn on? We found like a mysterious system. Light. I love it when we make discoveries on this. Oh no, they're lights but they're black. Okay, that's an interesting design. Well done, Blinky, you've managed to confuse me. But anyway, we take a look around this ship here. So it has the default TIE wings, as I call them. I don't know what else you kind of call them, but obviously Wing 1, Wing 2. If you guys actually have like a technical term for that, please do let me know. 1 hydrogen thruster situated in there. Those are turning thrusters essentially, and they do sit in here. We don't really have many other turning devices. Also, the TIE Fighter doesn't really strafe left to right very often, as it mostly go forward and back. That's kind of where our main propulsion comes from. We've got our main thrusters just background here. Excuse my graphics, by the way, they seem to be glitching out today. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 thrusters pushing us forward there. 4 hydrogen-based thrusters, because we do have oxygen tanks just hidden in the side there. But not oxygen tanks, sorry, oxygen generators, so they generate hydrogen on the go. No tanks, because there's no need to actually store it. Another cool little design Blink has included is blast door blocks around the centre here. It does add to a bit more armoured protection for the fighter, as we can see there. And I think there's not one there, there's one there. 1 there and 1 there. For some reason there's not one on here for some reason. I don't know why that is. Whether that's just a designer or... That's not a blaster block there, which is weird. Unless he's forgotten that. But anyway, you guys kind of get the gist of it there. Hydrogen thrust on top as well. So our downwards thrust is basically 2 hydrogen thrusters. Our upwards thrust is 4 thrusters again. So it kind of balances itself neatly. We've also got an oxygen generator, an oxygen vent here as well. So obviously that can air vent in at that. Allow depressurization so people can breathe inside, things like that. Also vents everything through. Pretty simple. If we focus a bit more inside the cockpit here, it's a very sort of tightly packed TIE Fighter, as they kind of were. We've got 2 screens for the pilot here, so we've got sort of a radar system here. This will tell us what blocks are damaged. We also have a stats board here, which says hull integrity at 97%. System says 89%. You kind of get the gist. It's a board that tells all our stats. The controls are situated just here, and we're actually positioned in the timer blocks here, using a little bit of a weakness there. The arms of the chair go for that, so it makes it look like they're actually part of a block. But of course they're not. Gyroscopes are hidden in here as well, which is a really cool place to put them, but it adds to the design. Red light up there, 2 red indication lights, they kind of give the feel of a TIE Fighter, because we kind of know it was red inside, so we've got a bit more of a design there. The oxygen generator is also right next to us here. The ship, in my opinion, is made of paper, then again it kind of is in Star Wars. 1 shot to a TIE Fighter usually does disable it, so you know, it kind of takes a few. The wings are a little bit reinforced here as well. I don't think I remember these sort of black arches on the old TIE Fighter. What I'm going to do is, why don't we just spawn in a normal Perfect Blinky TIE Fighter, and actually go from there, because this is his recreated one from the Rogue One and the new films, or the proper ones. So if we were to paste it in there, this is the Blinky normal fighter, and you see this thing is quite different from the First Order TIE Fighter, which is good in a way, because obviously this is meant to be technologically superior, whereas this is meant to be old. And already my point is proven by the fact these things here use armor reinforcements for the wings, which is pretty cool. Along with that, we've got different thruster placements as well. This one here has 4 stopping thrusters, and is quite bigger in a way, whereas the First Order TIE Fighter is more streamlined in a way, more sleek and more professional as I kind of describe it, which is quite cool. So this one has a lot more thrusters, and is overall slightly bigger. Just ever so slightly. Same sort of positioning in the way the TIE Fighter wing works. As I said, this one's a bit more streamlined, whereas this one's a bit more rugged. That's the Empire for you. More thrusters on there, 2 Gatling guns of the armament on that one. This one again, we have 2 Gatling guns here, as well as rotor heads here, to make it look like something. I think it's that rotor piston. Is that a piston head? I think it's a rotor head there. Sort of positioned to become something different. Now it doesn't really give an indication away. Bit more of a fighter seat there sitting through, which is quite weird. Air vent, as I pointed out a minute ago. Thrusters firing, more black lights as well. I don't really have a clue of what they're meant to give away. Blinky will hopefully explain that in the comments below. Blinky, please do. Reactors are positioned over as well, so we've got 2 reactors powering it. I think altogether it's 4 reactors powering this. We'll check in a minute when we get into the seat. But overall, that kind of is the outside of a First Order TIE Fighter. What we'll do now is we'll get in and give it a quick spin, because nobody likes when I give it a test flight. So let's just jump in again. Where is it? Oh, no, not that. The hitbox for this is quite mad. Why don't we go in the back and test it? It'd be easier. There we go, right. So inbound now, what have we got? We've got some blocks here which aren't actually showing up, so we'll get rid of them in a minute. Flight controls TIE Fighter. If we press K a minute, what have we got? We've got air vents, we've got corner lights, flight seat and Gatling guns like that. Reactor-wise, how many do we have? Let's look. So we've got 2 reactors in total, not 4, I was trying to take a guess. Didn't really work it too well. Loads of hydrogen thrusters, we've got programmable blocks in it as well as a remote control. So these fighters can actually be remotely controlled, which is quite good, because if you kind of like, I don't know, where in a scenario would you remote control a TIE Fighter? There were certain TIE Fighters which were remote controlled in the Star Wars universe. You can find information about them online. I can't remember off the top of my head what they're called, but I remember playing them in Empire at War once. Alright guys, let's give this TIE Fighter a flight test. So we're starting off here, let's see how fast we can get to 100 speed. So, go! Not the fastest ship in the world, but you can kind of get your Gatlings there and start firing. I wish we could get custom tracers and stuff like this, or even different weapons in space here, that would be quite cool. Vote up in a poll above if you guys would like custom weapons. And there we go, we reached 110 rather quickly. It only took us a kilometre there to actually get it, so not the fastest ship in the world. With the TIE Fighters, they were meant for speed and manoeuvrability, and just general overall force, and they kind of do it, to be honest. There we go, it's a pretty straightforward ship. And it flies really well. I enjoy the TIE Fighter. It's certainly a ship from Star Wars universe I do like. I've been playing a lot of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta recently, where you actually get to play as TIE Fighters in Starfire Assault, and it's fantastic to fly these around. I can't wait to fly some First Order ones, and see how different they are in the Star Wars universe like that. I especially like the TIE Fighters because they look so menacing when flying towards you. It is really different. They do come across as really nicely. Let's test the weapons, but I really want to just destroy something. Yeah, I know you guys love it when I destroy ships in this. Oh, we're going to crash. No, we're not. Quick, pull up, pull up. So you got to be careful with thrusters on here because they can like burn out rather quickly. Because in the old TIE Fighters, if you just aim for the oxygen unit there, it blows up instantly. Look at that. Very bad. Look at that. Cockpit separated. Done. Dusted. They and the armor plating just tears through it. Fantastic. Right, let's move off. Now, I think the grand finale for this is we have to do a crash test for 2 reasons. 1, because it makes Blinky cry, and 2, because you guys really enjoy it. So we'll test crash this in a minute. But anyway, the First Order TIE Fighter is absolutely amazing. Perfect Blinky has done a load of recreations of the TIE Fighters reasons, so if you do want to check him on his workshop, as I did mention, the link is below. So what we'll do is, let's just crash it into an ice field and see how far we go. We know it's probably going to disintegrate itself and fall through the planet, but let's give it a test anyway. Here we go. There we go, completely destroyed. I have to even make a crater. The ship does not crash too well. There's a little bit of a wing left there. I think we actually went straight through the planet. Not even a crater. Wow, okay. Maybe it's falling through the planet. No? Nothing left in general. Wow, that's really surprising. Nothing left at all. Damn. It literally just got disintegrated. I guess the combustion of like the air generators and stuff like that, the hydrogen generators, sorry, must have blown everything up. We've got a little bit of a wing left. So yeah, First Order TIE Fighters, not the best at crash landings, since we've only really got this left. Yeah, that's kind of it. Okay guys, so we're kind of back on the landing pad here, and one thing I want to show you is Perfect Blinky's other version of a First Order TIE Fighter, which is the Special Forces version. I don't actually have much lore for this one because I kind of forgot where they're used, but basically this has got an actual added turret on it for rear view cannon fire as well. Which is quite cool, because it's meant to, I think it's meant to say we meant to have another seat in here, but we kind of don't because everything's blocked in here. So, expect another seat, that's why the cannon's on the bottom here. It does make sense. Also, it's kind of red and stuff over here, so I expect this is what superior officers will use and things like that. There's also reinforcements around here to more thrusters, so expect this TIE Fighter to move a bit better. So it's kind of different there. Why don't we just jump in and give this thing a test flight anyway, because might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. One First Order TIE Fighter is just like another. Okay, so let's see. This one's a lot faster, I've recognised, as well. Because we do have 6 thrusters on the back, as well as some new red indication lights, which are pretty cool. So this one is a lot faster. Already there, it beats the top speed of the normal TIE Fighter. If we sling around like that, a lot more speed as well. Armour plating has been enforced on the sides here, as well as a bit more around there as well. Also, we do have a rotor, which we can unlock, which will then drive as mental. But I think basically the idea is you're meant to control, you're meant to sort of control the other turret as well, if you're in a different seat. I can't exactly see how that's meant to be used, but I'll take its word for it. Oh, there we go, let's not fly into it, don't fly into it. That was some very callous piloting right there. Did that turret just fire? Oh, we do fire like that. So in essence, we could be running away from, say, like some rebel ships and just fire the back turret at the same time. Could be a good idea. There, we just blown up the TIE Fighter now. Excellent, the First Order rules supreme. But anyway guys, this has been the First Order TIE Fighter and the Special Order, the First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter. My, that's a mouthful. If you guys want to check out these ships down below on the workshop, feel free to do so, and give them a like rating and make sure to download and play with them. It helps Perfect Blinky out quite a lot. Remember guys, to support me, leave a like rating on this video and comment down below what you thought of the First Order TIE Fighter and the video. I'll be much interested in your guys' opinions, and I'll probably reply to most of the comments as well. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I've been Captain Jack, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Yeah, take this, Perfect Blinky, take this.